You push yourself up from the couch, expecting a simple stretch or stroll. But instead, your legs tremble, and it feels like you've just finished a race you never signed up for. Sound familiar? For millions of people over 60, this isn't just about aging, it's your body trying to tell you something. What if that shaky feeling isn't about weakness, but about something on your plate? In today's video, we're uncovering 5 fruits that may look innocent but could be quietly draining the strength from your legs. Even more important, you'll learn simple ways to enjoy them without harming your health. If you've ever felt unexpected fatigue or cramps in your legs, drop a comment and tell me what fruit you eat most often. I'd love to hear your story and offer guidance. And if practical, science-backed tips to stay strong and steady are your kind of thing, go ahead and tap like and subscribe. This might be the first step toward walking with more confidence starting today. Number 1. Banana, the misunderstood muscle thief. Let's start with a fruit that nearly everyone keeps in the kitchen. It's familiar, soft, and feels like the perfect snack when you're in a rush. The banana is sweet, convenient, and often praised as healthy. But for older adults, especially those over 60, the way we eat bananas could be silently affecting our legs more than we realize. Picture this. You peel a ripe banana, maybe one with brown spots, and enjoy it with your morning tea. It tastes great and gives a quick burst of energy. But what you might not feel immediately is how fast that sugar hits your bloodstream. A ripe banana can hold up to 17 grams of sugar. And when that sugar rush fades, it can leave your legs feeling heavy, unstable, or just plain tired. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. As bananas ripen, their natural starch turns into sugar. That's why they taste sweeter the longer they sit. But for older adults, especially those dealing with blood sugar issues or taking certain medications, this quick sugar hit can be a hidden trigger. It can cause a spike, then a crash. And that crash doesn't just affect your mood. It hits your muscles too. Think about the last time you walked to the mailbox and felt like your legs didn't want to go with you. That drag, that wobble, might not be just aging. It could be how your body is handling the food you thought was helping. Bananas are also packed with potassium, about 420 milligrams in each one. That's a lot for a single snack. Potassium is essential, yes, but too much, especially when kidneys are slowing down with age, can cause problems. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering out excess potassium. But after 60, kidney function naturally declines. And if you're on medications like ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, that banana may be tipping the balance. High potassium in the blood can lead to something called muscle weakness. You may not feel it as a sudden event. Instead, you feel it slowly, your legs not wanting to lift, your steps becoming unsure. You might think you're just tired or not sleeping well. But it could be the buildup of small choices, repeated daily. And the most common one? That harmless banana with breakfast. This isn't about quitting bananas. It's about being smart with them. Less ripe bananas, those still slightly green, have lower sugar levels. They don't hit your system as hard or as fast. That makes a difference. Even better, you can pair your banana with something that slows down the sugar release. A spoonful of peanut butter. A few almonds. Something with healthy fat or protein. This helps your body absorb the sugar more slowly and gives your muscles more of what they actually need, sustained energy, not a spike. And if you've been eating bananas on an empty stomach, that's worth rethinking. Without anything else in your system, the sugar rush hits harder. The potassium affects you more, and the crash feels worse. A simple shift in timing, like having your banana with a balanced meal, can protect your strength and prevent those subtle signs of muscle fatigue. Our goal here isn't to make you afraid of food. It's to help you see what your body may have been trying to tell you. That feeling in your legs, that shakiness, that afternoon slump, it might not be random. It might be connected to something small, like the fruit you've trusted for years. After 60, every bite matters just a little more. Your body still works hard for you. It's wiser now. It deserves food that supports its strength, not drains it. When you start treating bananas as part of a plan, not just a habit, they go from being a silent saboteur to a true ally. So tomorrow morning, when you reach for that banana, take a second look. Is it ripe, spotted, and super sweet, or slightly firm with just a touch of green? And what will you eat with it? These questions are small, but they matter more than you think. Your legs will thank you. Your energy will last longer. And with time, you may just notice yourself walking a little steadier. That's the power of understanding your food. not fearing it. Number 2. Pineapple, the inflammation trigger. Now let's turn to a fruit that feels like summer in every bite. Bright yellow, juicy, and full of tropical sweetness. The pineapple. It's the kind of snack that makes you feel refreshed, like you're doing something good for your body. But for many people over 60, pineapple may be doing more harm than good, especially when it comes to your joints and your legs. At first glance, pineapple seems like the perfect healthy choice. It's natural, it's hydrating, and it's loaded with vitamin C. But 1 cup of pineapple can pack up to 16 grams of sugar, and its glycemic index sits high enough to push your blood sugar into roller coaster territory. That's a problem if your energy tends to dip fast or if your legs already feel stiff or tired. After that sugar rush fades, what's left behind isn't always pleasant. You might notice your legs feel sluggish. Maybe your balance feels off. It's not your imagination. The rise and fall of blood sugar doesn't just affect your mood. It affects how your muscles work and how steady you feel on your feet. But there's more going on beneath the sweetness. Pineapple contains an enzyme called bromelain. Some people believe it helps with inflammation, and in small doses it can. But for others, especially those with sensitive stomachs or joint issues, bromelain can act like a hidden irritant. If you've ever felt a burning sensation in your mouth or throat after eating pineapple, you felt its effect firsthand. Now imagine that happening deeper in your body. If you live with arthritis, joint stiffness, or nerve pain, that same compound could be quietly adding to your discomfort. And when your joints swell or ache, your legs are the first to suffer. Walking becomes more of a task. Getting up takes longer. And your sense of stability takes a hit. There's also the acidity. Pineapple is one of the more acidic fruits you can eat. If you eat it on an empty stomach, which many seniors tend to do for breakfast or as a quick snack, that acid can upset digestion. It can interfere with how your body absorbs minerals like magnesium and calcium, minerals that are critical for muscle strength and bone support. Without proper mineral absorption, your muscles don't respond the way they should. Your legs might feel heavier. You might get cramps more often. Even a walk around the block can feel like a chore instead of something that energizes you. And it doesn't stop there. If you're on medications, especially blood thinners like warfarin or aspirin, pineapple can increase their effects. That's not always a good thing. Bromelain can thin the blood even more, increasing your risk of bruising or muscle tenderness. For older adults, where circulation already slows, that means your legs can take longer to heal from even small bumps or pressure. So where does that leave us? Should you stop eating pineapple completely? Not necessarily. But you should eat it smart. First, skip the canned version. Those are often packed in syrup, doubling the sugar. Fresh is always better. Second, keep your portions small. A few chunks with a meal is fine. Just don't eat it alone, especially not first thing in the morning. Third, pay attention to how your body reacts. If your knees feel more sore after pineapple, or you feel off balance after eating it, that's your body giving you a message. Listen to it. Swap pineapple out now and then for fruits that are gentler on your blood sugar and your joints. Blueberries, kiwi, or even papaya in small amounts can offer the same refreshment without the same risks. The goal isn't to take away the foods you enjoy. It's to protect the energy and strength you still have. When you understand how your body changes with age, you can eat in a way that supports it, not works against it. Pineapple may be bright and cheerful, but your legs will thank you when you choose what truly helps them move. Number 3. Mango, the sugar freight train. Let's talk about a fruit that feels like sunshine, the mango. Bright, juicy, and full of flavor, it's the kind of treat that brings back memories of summer and family gatherings. But for older adults, especially those managing fatigue or muscle weakness, this tropical favorite might be working against you. A single cup of sliced mango holds around 25 grams of sugar. That's nearly the same as a small candy bar. It tastes natural, so it feels healthy. But your body doesn't always know the difference between natural and refined sugar when it comes to how quickly it hits your bloodstream. That fast rush gives you a short burst of energy. But what follows is often worse. A sharp drop. Your legs feel heavy. Your steps get slower. You feel like you're walking through water, even if you just got out of your chair. This isn't just aging. It's a reaction to how your body processes certain foods. And for people over 60, that crash shows up faster and lasts longer. As we age, our insulin response slows down. Our cells don't use sugar as efficiently. That means more sugar floating in the blood and more stress on your energy levels, especially the kind of energy your muscles need to stay strong. There's also a hidden cost to that sugar spike. It doesn't just leave you tired. It creates inflammation, quiet, deep, and long-lasting. That inflammation often settles into the muscles and joints, especially in the lower body. Your calves might ache. Your knees might feel stiff. You might start avoiding stairs, not because of pain, but because your legs just don't want to move like they used to. And there's another reason mangoes can hit hard. They're low in fiber compared to fruits like apples or pears. Less fiber means your body absorbs the sugar even faster. That quick rise adds pressure on your arteries and circulation. And when blood flow to your legs is limited, everything becomes harder. Walking, standing, even balance. Over time, that strain affects the tiny blood vessels and nerves in your legs and feet. If you've ever felt pins and needles or a dull numbness in your calves, circulation may be part of the problem. And yes, repeated sugar spikes make it worse. There's also something few people realize. Mangoes come from the same plant family as poison ivy. The compound in mango skin can trigger mild allergic reactions in some people. You may not break out in a rash. But if your lips tingle or your mouth feels irritated, that's a sign your body is reacting. And any immune reaction, even small, can add to overall inflammation. So what should you do? Mango doesn't have to be off limits. It just needs to be treated with care. First, limit your portion. A few slices are fine. Half a mango is better than a whole one, especially if you're already feeling low energy. Second, never eat mango alone on an empty stomach. That's when the sugar hits hardest. Instead, pair it with a food that slows digestion. A handful of nuts, a slice of cheese, a spoonful of plain yogurt. These simple additions help your body process the sugar more gently and support your muscles with real fuel. And finally, listen to your body. If you notice more fatigue after eating mango, if your legs feel weaker, or you just don't feel steady, pay attention. That's not your imagination, it's feedback. And the sooner you respond, the more power you regain over how you feel each day. Mango is beautiful. It's sweet and full of color. But after 60, your body needs more than beauty. It needs balance. By making small shifts in how you enjoy the foods you love, you can protect the strength in your stride. And that's a choice worth making. Every single day. Number 4. Lychee. The sweetest risk. Let's talk about a fruit that looks small and harmless but carries a surprisingly serious risk. Lychee. It's fragrant, soft, and wonderfully sweet. A favorite in fruit salads, desserts, or straight out of the fridge. But for older adults, especially those who often skip meals or live with blood sugar swings, lychee can be a dangerous surprise. A single cup of lychee packs around 29 grams of sugar. That's a big load for such a tiny fruit. But the bigger concern isn't just the sugar. It's how fast it hits your bloodstream. Lychee is low in fiber, so there's nothing to slow down that sugar spike. If you eat it alone, especially on an empty stomach, that spike comes fast, and the crash comes even faster. That crash doesn't just drain your energy. It can shake your balance, make your legs feel weak, trigger confusion or dizziness, especially if your blood sugar was already running low to begin with. You might think it's dehydration or aging, but what you're feeling is your body running low on its most basic fuel. And there's another twist. Lychee contains a natural compound called MNC. It's been linked to episodes of sudden blood sugar collapse in people with poor nutrition or low reserves. This is not about rare cases in far-off places. It's a risk that grows when we get older and eat light meals or skip eating entirely, then snack on fruit thinking it's a healthy fix. When blood sugar drops too fast, muscles stop working properly. That includes your legs. Coordination fades. You might feel shaky, dizzy, or even faint, all from what seemed like a harmless snack. For someone managing diabetes or taking medication that lowers blood sugar, lychee adds a layer of risk that's easy to miss until it's too late. And if you eat canned lychee, the risk grows. Those are often packed in sugary syrup, doubling the sugar content in just a few bites. A small can could give you over 40 grams of sugar. That's more than most adults should have in an entire day. And if your body isn't ready to process that load, your muscles and your energy will pay the price. The tricky thing about lychee is how easy it is to overeat. They're bite-sized, sweet, addictive, but your legs feel every gram. If you've ever felt off balance, foggy, or extra tired after eating fruit like lychee, your body might be telling you something. Don't ignore that quiet message. The good news is, you don't have to give up lychee completely. You just need to treat it with respect. Never eat it alone. Always have it after a proper meal that includes protein and healthy fat. That gives your body the tools it needs to process the sugar without going into crisis mode. Portion control is key. A few pieces are plenty. Think of lychee as a treat, not a snack. And skip the canned versions altogether if possible. If fresh isn't available, choose something lower in sugar and with more fiber like berries or a small apple. It's not about removing joy from your diet. It's about protecting your body's ability to stay strong, balanced, and steady. Lychee may be sweet and tempting, but after 60, your body deserves more than just sweetness. It deserves care, and a little knowledge can go a long way in helping you feel safe and energized every day. Number 5. Raisins, the silent sugar bomb. Let's finish with a fruit that often hides in plain sight. Raisins. They're tiny, sweet, and often seen as a healthy snack. You'll find them in oatmeal, trail mix, even baked into your favorite cookies. But behind their wrinkled skin lies more sugar than your body may be ready to handle. Because raisins are dried, the water is gone but the sugar stays, and it's concentrated. Just one small handful, about a quarter cup, contains around 28 grams of sugar. That's nearly as much as a can of soda. Yet most people eat raisins thinking they're doing something good for their body. But that sugar enters your bloodstream fast. No fiber, no water, no balance. It hits your body like a wave. And what happens next often shows up in your legs. Your muscles feel tired. Your steps feel heavier. That afternoon walk suddenly feels like too much work. It's not about weakness. It's about how your body processes sugar after 60. As we age, blood sugar regulation slows. The insulin response weakens. And your muscles depend on steady fuel, not a spike and crash. Especially your legs, which carry your full weight every day. There's another issue few people realize. Raisins are loaded with potassium. In fact, they have nearly 3 times the potassium of bananas gram for gram. 1 full cup of raisins can contain over 1,000 milligrams. That's a lot for aging kidneys to handle. Your kidneys are responsible for keeping potassium in balance, but if they're slowing down or if you're taking certain blood pressure meds, too much potassium can quietly build up. And when it does, the first place you may feel it is in your legs, muscle fatigue, cramps, even moments of numbness or weakness. So it's easy to miss the connection. A healthy-looking snack in the morning. Then by afternoon your calves ache. You wonder if it's hydration or aging, but it might be that small handful of raisins tipping your body out of balance. And then there's the calorie factor. 1 cup of raisins contains over 400 calories, but they're so small you rarely feel full. You eat more than you planned. It adds up fast. And if you're watching your weight to protect your knees or hips, this kind of dense, sneaky calorie source can quietly work against you. But there's a better way. Raisins don't have to disappear from your plate. They just need to be used with intention. Think of them as a garnish, not a snack. A sprinkle over oatmeal. A few added to a salad with greens, protein, and healthy fats. And never eat them alone. Always combine raisins with foods that slow sugar absorption and support steady energy. A hard-boiled egg, some almonds, even a slice of avocado toast. These small adjustments can help protect your energy, your legs, and your long-term strength. Also, don't forget water. Raisins are dehydrated by nature. Eating them without enough fluid can leave your muscles dry and cramp-prone, especially at night. If you've ever been woken up by a painful calf cramp, consider what you ate earlier. A few extra glasses of water after a raisin-filled snack can make a big difference. Your body after 60 is resilient, but it needs the right support. Raisins may look harmless, but they carry a sugar and potassium load that deserves respect. When you understand how these small choices add up, you can eat smarter, move better, and feel stronger in your everyday life. And that's what truly matters. So now that we've looked at 5 fruits that might be quietly stealing your strength, let's ask the bigger question. Why do we keep reaching for them the same way, day after day, even when our bodies are asking us to slow down? The truth is, for most of our lives we were told these fruits are good for us. Natural. Wholesome. The more, the better. But nobody updated that message as we got older. Nobody told us how a 30-year-old body and a 70-year-old body handle food very differently. You didn't do anything wrong. You were doing what you thought was right, what worked before, what felt familiar and safe. And maybe, like so many others, you didn't realize how your energy, your legs, your balance could be influenced by something as simple as a piece of fruit. But your body changes with time. It gets wiser, yes, but it also gets more sensitive, more reactive. What used to be fuel can become friction. And the only way forward is with more clarity and care. That doesn't mean giving things up. It means making better choices. This shift isn't about restriction. It's about reclaiming control. It's about listening to what your legs, your energy, your strength have been trying to tell you for a while now, and realizing that you're not losing power. You're learning how to protect it in smarter ways. It's easy to blame yourself when your body doesn't respond the way it used to. But maybe the story isn't that you're slowing down. Maybe the story is that no one ever taught you how to eat for the version of you you've grown into. The wiser, more experienced, more aware you. And that's the real shift. From thinking we have to just accept what happens with age, to realizing we can adapt, we can adjust, we can thrive. With a few small changes, you can turn fatigue into energy and hesitation into confidence. That's not just about food. That's about freedom. And you deserve it. Every day. In every step. For every year still ahead of you. So here's what matters most. You don't have to give up the fruits you love. You just need to eat them in a way that supports your strength instead of draining it. After 60, even small shifts can make a big difference. Less sugar, better timing, smarter pairings. These are simple tools you can use starting today. Your legs carry more than your body. They carry your independence, your confidence, your ability to keep moving through life on your own terms. And you deserve to protect that. Every choice you make, every meal you adjust, is a step toward living stronger, longer, and with more ease. If this video gave you something new to think about, share it with someone you care about. And if you've noticed a change in your energy or balance, tell me below which fruit surprised you the most. Like, subscribe, and let's keep learning together. Your body is still listening. Let's give it the care it deserves.